The walls are closing in for Prince Harry and Meghan Markle as a new report alleges that brands are running far, far away from the Sussexes. At the same time, Netflix just dropped a humiliating revelation. But hey, apparently they're surging in popularity, guys. Welcome to Popcorn Planet. I am Andy Signor. My God, Jack Royston, make up your mind. Are they surging in popularity or are they not practicing what they preach? Which is it? We're going to talk about these articles later today. I hope you'll join our live as we break it down. But yes, this is now the narrative, guys. They're surging in popularity. Some poll has put them up that Meghan and Harry has provided. But let's look at the real gossip coming in here. Because yes, new report claims that experts are saying that the brands are now running further and further away from Meghan Markle and Prince Harry. Here's the quote, and this comes in from Kinsey Schofield, who's a friend of the show. We like her a lot. She does get her insight right. She was talking to Talk TV, and she says, it began when the expert noted, it's not just America in general. The industry is turning their back on Harry and Meghan. If Harry and Meghan continue to attack the British royal family, the brands that want to work with the royal family, which is the family that is seen as elite and admirable, like Dior, Louis Vuitton, just luxury, they're not going to want to work. They're not going to want to touch Harry and Meghan if they continue to attack the family because they want to work with their family. Even host Christo Fofus chimed in saying, yeah, they're not going to get Dior. They're going to get Walmart. They'll be marketing Bentleys. They're going to be marketing Subarus. That's the level that they are. Yeah, this isn't very good. Prior in the chat, Ashton weighed in with similar statements. Finding Harry and Meghan very intriguing at the moment. It's gone a little bit quiet, as I suppose the Sussexes are looking to do. Where do we go now? That's the big question. Where do they go now? I don't know. I don't know where they go now. They're running up against the wall because the walls are closing in. And this isn't helping matters either. For the first time ever, Netflix has released its viewing data. Their alleged viewing data has come in. And yes, folks were quickly able to notice that Prince Harry and Meghan Markle were humiliated as their number on their series was far less popular than Peppa Pig. And a lot of other shows, mind you, but Peppa Pig was the funny punchline. Prince Harry's docuseries was viewed 62 million hours in the 6 months after its release. That's big. How long did it have legs? Sure, it had a big front, weekend and everyone was watching it that week. People were, but how long did it last? That's the big question. And then when it came out in December, it was watched for 62 million hours in the first half of this year. In comparison, the first 2 seasons of children's cartoon Peppa Pig were watched far more than 140 million hours. Now, to be fair, that's a lot more episodes in theory, but then again, that's all 6 or was it 8 episodes of Meghan and Harry. There's a little bit of dispute as to how they do their watch hours, but still, it's telling how Peppa Pig trounced them. Weekly viewing numbers have been criticized for lack of transparency. They finally stepped up and provided some, but it wasn't just Peppa Pig. The Night Agent, action thriller, which premiered at the end of March, watched 812 million hours. Ginny and Georgia, 665. The Glory, 623. Wednesday, huge, 507, but these were even bigger. Queen Charlotte, a Bridgerton story, 503. The document on Netflix engaged hours included 18,000 titles with nearly 100 billion watched hours from January to June of 2023. The report stated success in Netflix is not determined by hours viewed alone. It's about whether a movie or show thrilled its audience and the size of that audience relative to the economics. Netflix is releasing their view time data because of the strike. They need to start showing more transparency. But this was where people noticed the fact that Peppa Pig and a lot of these top 10 shows were far, far, far ahead of the 62 million hours. We kept saying that, well, look, they had a hit on Netflix. And sure, to an extent, they sort of did for the first week. But in seeing the actual data of the show to see what these other shows are netting in the hundreds of millions, and they only registered a 62 million, it's not as successful as we all thought. This is a humiliating number. Look, Peppa Pig is popular. It's a kid's show. A lot of kids watch that over and over and over again. It's hard to compete with that. You look at the top channels on YouTube, and it's all crappy kids content. Still, that number, regardless of whether Peppa Pig beat it or not, is low, Meghan and Harry, and you know it. And Netflix has to be getting a little worried on that because it's not a good look. But apparently, right? They're surging in popularity. They're surging, folks. No, these guys are idiots. These brands are running far, far away. Their numbers are proving to be less effective. And this documentary, I mean, the king himself even said it. The king didn't want anyone to be talking badly about Harry allegedly at the time. But then as soon as this came out, he was blasted that fool. And he is a fool. You can't define it any other way. And his father's right. He was an absolute fool to put this on there. Addressing the documentary at the palace, heads were rolling and hands were at migraines. It took the winds out of everyone's sails. He went from not wanting anyone to talk about his son to openly criticizing that fool. Again, this is coming from Omid, who we know has some intel to them, and they're trying to write this to make the king look bad, but he's super right on. He was an absolute fool putting this all out there like this. This did not help matters. It didn't. And so while he wants to paint King Charles as a flawed father, he's an honest one because he was a fool. This did not help. And was it worth the money? Because that's ultimately what it was, Harry. You did this for the money, and it's totally backfired on you. This is ridiculous. The reality is this family is completely overexposed, and everybody everywhere, and that's what they're talking about. Here, this just came in as we were watching from Talk TV. I want you to watch this expert here explain. This is Kevin Sutherland talk about it.
We were suddenly told, their donations over the past year have plummeted by $11 million in American money, obviously. Yep. And it turns out the year before they got 13 million. So they were down to 2 million this year. And those 2 million were from 2 donors.
Yeah.
So basically, people have stopped giving to the Archewell Foundation. And in terms of the release of Archewell's video, they usually release their sort of annual video report in January. It was suddenly hastened back to one day after William and Kate's video. This is clearly some kind of ludicrous competition being organised, I would suggest, by Meghan. But these two people, Harry and Meghan, they need to sort of change their game somehow or other because it isn't working, is it?
No, it's not working. No matter how many polls they want to put up saying that they're surging in popularity, the reality is they're not. And again, this is gossip now coming in. I can't confirm or deny, but yes, apparently more and more rows are happening between the couple.
Listen, your
this has
deodorant
always
just
been
has to work.
alleged for a long time, but because of this now Christmas and where are they going to go visit? Harry wanted to go visit his family, try to make amends. Meghan did not. The reports coming in from Heat magazine claiming that they're undecided still, and there are increasingly more frequent rows fights the closer Christmas gets as they are torn over where they should spend the upcoming festive season. They could avoid less welcoming types like the prince and princess. Plus, it would be a coup for PR standpoint because they'd maintain those visible links with the monarchy. Let's face it, that's what makes them marketable. But they just can't agree. The closer they get to Christmas, the more rows they're having at it. But I agree that they want to avoid these two, but they need the royals. And it's like, how long will this go? I don't see them going there. There's reports, as we talked about in the last video, that they are, there was a phone call around Christmas and other things with the king. I don't buy any of this. And I just don't buy them. There was another piece I was trying to shove in here, but I think we'll talk about this later on our live too. This op-ed from the Daily Mail is right. Why can't Harry and Meghan just be generous like the Queen and hand out to other people's charities? It's dangerous and egotistical to want one of your own. That's them in a nutshell. That we are Harry and Meghan, Archewell Foundation, all the money. Don't put that target in your back. Just raise money and give it to other charities. And that's what you guys do. Great, easy, in and out. And we make appearances, we help people. That's what it is. This whole nonsense of them creating this foundation that's now bombing them and their employees. They're not even paying the women fairly. It's all blowing up in their face. So no, I don't believe this surge in popularity. But we will scour this, as well as the same author of this admitting that they aren't practicing what they preach, i.e. they are hypocrites. We've invited Newsweek article writer Jack onto the show. I've emailed him. I've tweeted him. Let's see if he shows up. If you haven't yet seen a live, come join us. Actually, before I go there, come join us. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that bell for alerts so you get notified. We'll be live around 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, an hour or two. So make sure to join us there. Thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. You can also check out Popcorn Palace. Hit the Royal Popcorn. More royal videos will be popping up over there as we start pivoting to other stuff here. Thank you guys again for tuning in.